Good evening, everyone. I'm not gonna bother wasting time on an introduction today because we all know what we're here for. Our story so far. After witnessing the disappearance of the crowd in Pumpkin Park, Layton and friends are warned of a final dark miracle. Our heroes prepare themselves for a final showdown with the masked gentleman. But first we gotta solve the Pumpkin Park deal. Let's get on out of here. Where should we begin today? I doubt the investigation is just going to come to us. Master Layton, please wait up. Gonzalez, whatever is the matter? I stand corrected. The police have cleared Master Dalston. Has he been released yet? Yes, he has just returned to the mansion. How can I ever thank you? Gonzalez, I don't believe I did anything to merit any thanks. But of course you did. Even when all the townspeople suspected Master Dalston, you continued to pursue the true villain. And for that, you have earned my gratitude. I'm glad to help in any way. Dalston is an old friend. You're a true gentleman. Now, if you'll excuse me, Master Dalston is waiting for me at the mansion. Please do drop by if you have the time. Gee, guess where we're going next. Gonzalez cares quite a bit for Mr. Dalston. If Dalston has been released, it must mean that news of yesterday's incident reached the police station. We should speak with Dalston. Perhaps the police told him something about the case. Indeed. Let's go speak with Dalston. But first, who was this little dude that just flew away? What the hell? That was the parrot from Unknown Future. Yes, there he is. Come back. Drop me an Enigma coin. Look, the parrot dropped a coin! This looks like a hint coin at first glance. We can't trade it for a hint? What is it? Well, as its use is an enigma to us, why not call it an Enigma coin? An Enigma coin? Where did that parrot come from, anyway? I don't believe it's someone's pet. Perhaps it flew in from somewhere. Parrots have it easy, don't they? Flying around wherever they please, chatting with new friends, eating crackers. So... it looks like a hint coin. But instead of an L, it has an R on it. For a Riddler. Ah, Master Layton, please come in. Master Dalston has been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Alright. What information do you have to tell me? Thank you for your help with the police, Layton. I suppose I owe you one. But I still haven't forgotten your initial suspicions about me being the culprit. Yes, I do apologize for that, but my duty is to respect the facts at hand. Did the police say anything when they released you? Yeah, they said they have no idea what's going on. They're back to square one. I see. Well, if you'll excuse us, we must... Layton, I'm glad you're here. I'd like to properly thank you. That's very kind, but no need. Will you just clam up for a second and let me say what I gotta say? Sheesh. Whatever you want, Layton, just name it. I owe you. Thank you, Dalston. I'll keep that in mind. So, where are you in your investigation? The masked gentleman appeared last night at Pumpkin Park. We're heading back there now to see if we missed anything from yesterday. Well, keep me informed. I would like to not be left in the dark on this. That way I can prepare myself if I'm falsely accused again. Yes, of course. Left in the dark? Of course! That's how the masked gentleman pulled it off. Thank you, Dalston. I'm not sure what you're thanking me for, but you're welcome. Let's pay another visit to Pumpkin Park.
What is it, Professor? Sounds like he's figured something out, but he doesn't want to share it just yet. This is the best part of the investigation. So exciting.
God, yes. The professor's ass pulls are my favorite part of the investigation. Ah, Professor Layton. So good to see ya. You as well. I hope things have been a little quieter lately. Actually, yes. I was taking this moment to reflect on the casino's recent growth. See, when this casino was first built, this town was just a small oasis in the desert. But things changed dramatically when other casinos were built. Hotels, too. It was Mr. Lador's benefactor who made all of this possible. Henry's benefactor. Yes, that's what I heard. Apparently, this benefactor passed away some time ago. I was not aware of that.
I guess even Professor Layton learned something new today.
Why would Henry keep this a secret? Stop by the casino when you've had some time. I've got a puzzle I'd love to share. Alright, what are we looking for? Oh, hang on a minute, the screen's a little funky. There we go.
Was it all just a dream? This place looks perfectly normal.
At first glance, yes. However, I think we should take a closer look.
If you say so, Professor.
Alright, what's the deal with Topsy Tower? Not much of a change from last night.
Even in the daytime, this place is pitch black. I can barely see an inch in front of my face.
I believe that was key to what happened here yesterday.
Professor, what are you doing?
Exactly as I thought. The masked gentleman certainly isn't shy when it comes to elaborate schemes.
What do you mean by that?
Quite clever indeed. While the masked gentleman had our attention, he rotated the floor. Thus, we exited through a door on the opposite wall.
How did he do that?
I'll bet my hat that on the other side of this door we will find an exact replica of Pumpkin Park. An exact and very empty replica. You have got to be kidding me. It's a simple solution, but hard to imagine. Who would ever suspect a replica park behind the real park? Not I, that's for sure. No one but you, Professor. I can see him hiding a rotating floor in this tower, but how did he hide the creation of an entire amusement park? So this park was empty all along. That seems to be the case. Come, let's head back to the real park. What is it with rich people and expensive set dressing? The masked gentleman used the darkness in Topsy Tower to disorient us. He led us to an exact but empty replica of the park to make it appear that the crowd had vanished. The concept was as simple as the execution was extravagant. The masked gentleman will go to any length. Okay, so now we gotta investigate the park for more clues. What a treat. What a pleasure. To see you again. I've got a story for you. Alright, Murphy. Oh, you got a puzzle, too. So I've piqued your interest, then. Excellent. But I can't give you just something. I can't just give you something for nothing. This is business. Oh, is it? It is. I'll tell you more if you solve this puzzle. It'll be worth it in the end. Trust me. Okay, so he's come a step up from just, like, telling Henry and Dalston's financial issues to anyone who will listen. The girl tries a spinning teacup ride. Beloved at amusement parks across the world. There are 4 saucers on the ride's base and 4 cups on each saucer. The base saucers and cups each take 20 seconds to make 1 complete clockwise rotation. If the girl in the picture is facing east now, which way will she be facing after the cup has spun for 15 seconds? Okay, so that's a new direction every 5 seconds. Okay. Now we're going clockwise. So in 15 seconds, that's going to be 1, 2, 3. So 15 seconds, she's going to be right here. And within those 15 seconds, this thing will have gone 1, 2, 3. So she'll be in the bottom one down here. And it will have gone 1, 2, 3. So she'll be facing north, I believe.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Okay.
Perhaps I need another look.
You might need a bit more than that, Professor. I don't know, I'm just gonna throw another one out there. South.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Okay, cool.
There is no puzzle without a solution.
Suspense is my enemy at this point. Well, I guess I have to tell you now. Yes, that was the deal, I believe. Mr. Lador's fortune has skyrocketed to truly amazing levels. He's now climbing the list of the world's richest people. Ever since Mr. Dalston was detained by the police, customers have been shunning his hotels and businesses. So he's just talking about in the last 24 hours. It's gotten to the point where you could reasonably say that Mr. Lador owns this entire town. That arrest definitely benefited Mr. Lador. I'd bet my reputation on it. Professor, it was Henry who took the police to arrest Dalston in the first place. Indeed. Murphy, Do you know who was behind the construction of Pumpkin Park? Was there a single person who was in charge of its construction? Well, basically, that's all Mr. Lador. He issues the permits for every construction project. Lately, he's been pouring money into new buildings like it's wet cement, but the masked gentleman definitely concerns him. With all of this expansion, he certainly can't afford to drop off in business right now. Oh my, look at the time. As the city accountant, I have enough work for 3 people. Farewell for now.
He talks enough for 3 people, too. Which is odd, considering how much confidential information he knows. It seems that Henry is investing in several facilities here in Monte d'Or.
I would like to check with Henry to see if that is actually true.
Good idea, Professor. Let's head to the Lador house and ask him about it.
Okay. Now we can actually use the fast travel, I hope. Yes, I can. Alright, to the racetrack. Because that's the closest destination.
Herschel, I fear that we'll never discover the masked gentleman's true identity. If only we could find this mask of order, then perhaps this would all end.
I'm not certain we can trust the masked gentleman on that.
Well, it certainly sounds like it is just as important as the Mask of Chaos, at least.
Yes, I've read that the Mask of Chaos and the Mask of Order hold a great power when they are paired with one another.
We know the police aren't going to be of any help in the matter. If finding the mask can save this town, we must do it. I thought Henry might have it among his treasure, but he maintains that he doesn't.
Henry is hiding something. I don't like it. Angela, I couldn't help but notice. Did something happen to your pendant? You know, the one Randall gave her? Before he left and died?
Pendant? Oh, it fell off somewhere. The chain must have broken. It was getting old anyway. I was thinking about buying a replacement.
I see. Well, maybe it's for the best. Angela, is Henry here? I'd like to speak with him if that's all right.
Yes, he's in his study.
Thank you. Layton, I'm a very busy man, so I can only give you a moment. What can I do for you? Thank you, Henry. I'd like to ask you a few questions about yesterday's incident. I gave a full report to the police. They're now investigating what happened. Yes, we did some investigating of our own as well. We discovered an exact replica of Pumpkin Park, right behind the original one. What on earth are you talking about? Topsy Tower has a rotating floor. Last night we were turned around without realizing it before we exited into a different park. While we stood there in the dark, the masked gentleman tricked us yet again. We were so intent on chasing after him that we didn't realize we were walking right into his next act. Forgive me if I find this hard to imagine, but nothing gets built in this town without my authorization. That's what I wanted to ask you about. You have been investing quite a bit recently into construction projects across town, yes? Expanding while the future of Monte d'Or is so uncertain is an interesting choice. Why not wait until this masked gentleman business is over before expanding? Layton, I believe I've told you this before, but I do not need to explain myself to you. The town of Monte d'Or is under my protection, and I will do as I see fit. Of course, Henry. However, in order to conduct my work, I need to know what you know. What I know. How quaint. Layton, you proceed with your investigation as you see fit. Most everyone in town will give you their full cooperation if you mention my name. If you need something, just say that I authorized it. That is all I can do for you. I have my own work to conduct in this matter. Of course, Henry. Thank you for your time. I must take my leave of you. Feel free to investigate my study in my absence if you wish. I have nothing to hide. If you find anything useful, you may take it.
Should we investigate the study? There may be information about the park construction or notes on the masked gentleman. We should search every inch of this place.
We may be missing something here. Henry is hiding something from us, that is clear. All along, I thought it had something to do with the masked gentleman. We may have made a very big mistake. What is this we shit, Professor? It's just you. Because the other two will just believe whatever you tell them.
What do you mean by that?
Hello?
Henry, is someone here? Oh, we have guests. Yes, you look quite familiar. Do I know you?
Are you... My goodness, what a surprise!
Herschel? Herschel Layton, is that you? Why, what happened to your hair? Professor?
Yes, of course it's me. Emmy, I'd like you to meet Mrs. Ascot, Randall's mother.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
My, it certainly has been a long time. What are you doing here?
After Randall died, Henry and I tried to find the body so that we could put Randall to rest. But we never found it. We spent my fortune scouring every inch of that terrible place. I lost everything. And you still didn't find it? I'm so sorry. Thank you. I couldn't stand being in that old house. Too many memories. So we left Stansbury and came here with Henry. After Mr. Ascot passed away, Henry insisted that I stay with him. I had no one else. So I accepted, and here I am. Over the years, Henry has paid all of my debts. He's also prepared for Randall's return, should that ever happen.
Henry never mentioned any of this to me.
Oh, you know how Henry likes to keep to himself, Herschel. If he doesn't feel it's worth bringing up, he never will. I respect that about him.
Yes, as do I.
But, Herschel, can you please be kind to him? He's done so much for me. I don't think he has ever fully accepted Randall's death.
I see. Yes, Mrs. Ascot, I will do my best to respect Henry's wishes, and I will try to protect him if I can.
If that masked man knew what Henry was really like, none of this would be happening. If Randall was alive, he could protect Henry. They were practically brothers. This town is Randall's town too, you know.
Yes, I'm sure Randall would be doing his best to stop the masked gentleman.
Who are you talking to, Herschel?
Angela, come in, please.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt. Please don't worry, Angela. I was about to have lunch, and look who I ran into. Yes. I thought you'd call before your food... I thought I'd call you before your food got cold. But if you two would like to talk...
No, that's all right. I just realized that we must be on our way.
Already? I'm sure Henry will be back before long, Herschel.
Oh no, my business with Henry is done. I just remembered something I must attend to.
Very well, Herschel. I know you'll find the Mask of Order and save this town.
Yes, well, I shall do my best, Angela. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you two alone. Leaving already? I was just making tea. Yes, do forgive me. I'm certainly not one to pass up a cup of tea unless I must. Well, no matter. We'll have another opportunity when everything is resolved.
Professor, what did you suddenly remember that we have to attend to? Did you think of a new lead?
No, I just really wanted out of that house. Perhaps.
Do you know where the masked gentleman will appear next?
We need to speak with the mayor. I want to check on something.
So back to City Hall, then?
Remember when I said that we may have made a very big mistake? We're about to find out if I was right. Guess we have to forgive Henry for being soul patched, since he did take in Randall's elderly mother. Hello, Layton. Come to join our little clue gathering party? I do so love the excitement of things happening around me. Mayor, we need some information. Ooh, urgent request for knowledge. Wonderful. How can I help you? I need to see all of the land deeds and ownership papers for any assets under the control of Henry Ledore. Mayor Dump Truck? Now hold on there, Layton. I can't just give you that. Unless... Does it have something to do with the masked gentleman? Yes. Henry has asked that I receive as much cooperation as possible here. Mayor, this information may save every voter in town. Ah. Well, if Henry granted you access, then who am I to interfere? Plus, it sounds like I'll be a hero in an election year. Just let me verify this with Mr. Ledore. You solve this puzzle in the meantime. So, like, even though they have a mayor, he's still basically... it owes Mr. Ledore for, like... Henry still kinda owns the town, even though if they have, like, a government. Like, even though, like, Henry's not the mayor like Clark was of Miss Tallery, but he still basically owns the town. Cut this 6x6 chessboard into 4 sections that are the same shape, have an equal area, and each contain 4 pawns. This time around you want 2 white pawns and 2 black in each section. Can you work out how to do it? Okay, draw lines on the board. Rotated but not mirrored. Okay. Let's just divide this vertically in half first. Okay, so they're gonna be like little vertical shapes the way these pawns are set up, because just dividing them into like chunks like this ain't gonna work. So let's cut those guys off here. Okay, I already split the board in 2. I'll try dividing the board into quarters. Let's do, like, something like that. Those aren't the same shape. You can include all the pawns in the leftmost column, 2 black and 1 white, within the same section. You still need 1 more pawn in that section, though. Okay, so all of these guys in the far column are going to be the same. And then... so... I want another white one, so let's try... that. Let's see if I can do the same thing over here. So... so it's kind of like a weird little F shape. Okay, yeah, now they're all those are all the same shape, right? But not like, not just mirrored, they're... whatever. And do they all have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? Oops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. That might be it.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Shit! What did I mess up?
Perhaps I need another look.
Oh no, okay, I cut this one too close. Now they're all the same shape, right? Yeah, all these corners are... Okay, that's it.
How about this?
There we go.
Puzzles are made to be solved.
Well, that's proof enough for me. No need to verify things. I'll get you that information. Michelle, can you please fetch me everything we have pertaining to the assets of Mr. Lador? Oh boy. Sure. Let me just snap my fingers and make those hundreds of forms appear. Good thing I already had them pulled for you. Here. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Here we are. This document details the ownership of all properties controlled by Mr. Lador. Fascinating. So it is true. I trust you will respect the Lador family's privacy in this matter. This is extremely sensitive material. I can make you a copy if you need one, as long as you promise to take good care of it. And also don't go to the newspapers. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, what'd you learn, dude? Just the person I was looking for. Mr. Layton, please meet us in the briefing room. The chief would like a word. Understood. Thank you. Okay, but, like, are you gonna dish about, like, what's on those documents, bro? Spill the beans, Layton? Well, I guess I gotta talk to Schnitzel again. It seems the masked gentleman showed up at Pumpkin Park last night. We heard about it from Mr. Lador. Yes, Chief, that's correct. This case is still quite open.
The masked gentleman made it seem like everyone in the park vanished, and then just reappeared.
Chief Sheffield, we need to act quickly before the next dark miracle. As much as I don't want to admit it, I think you're right, Layton, and I need a snack. This doesn't mean that Dalston is cleared, but we did have to let him go, and we do need to broaden our search here. Have you had any recent developments? Detective Bloom is at the racetrack. He said he found something there. In fact, he's probably still there if you want to catch up with him. Ugh, this is awful. We'll head straight there. Alright, to the racetrack, which is thankfully it's already nighttime again.
Oh my, it's already dark out. We must find where the masked gentleman will strike next, and quickly.
Layton! Why didn't you tell me that the masked gentleman was at the Reunion Inn? How could you keep this from me? At the Reunion Inn? Well, that's news to me, Inspector. Haven't you talked to Bloom yet? The masked gentleman is hiding in the hotel that overlooks the entire town. That must be his next target. We were on our way to catch up with Detective Bloom. When you're done there, meet me at the Reunion Inn. ASAP! Pronto! Immediately! I, Grosky, out! And there he goes. The Reunion Inn. Alright, Bloom, what's the deal?
We determined who took the horse cart.
And did this information lead you to the masked gentleman's identity?
I'm afraid we weren't quite that lucky. It seems our man blended in with the folks who came to check on the horses.
He has a gift for disguises, apparently. What does that sound like? He and his associates broke apart the cart, and then told Mr. Lador that it needed to be repaired. When they finished using it for the statues, they brought it back and reassembled it. Bloom, what exactly do you believe is the masked gentleman's intention?
He wants the Mask of Order. Is it true that it has some kind of special power? If so, we must prepare for something big. Something big and malicious.
Something big and delicious? Inspector Grosky told us he believes the masked gentleman is at the Reunion Inn.
All evidence points to that hotel. It's the perfect location for his purposes. I believe he is in there somewhere, preparing. There's a stop near here for the Monte tram that goes to the Reunion Inn. I need to check a few leads. Would you mind meeting Grosky at the Reunion Inn?
Of course. I wanted to speak with you first before doing so.
I appreciate that, Layton. Your respect for proper procedure is refreshing. Now please excuse me. I have a few leads to pursue. He seems quite thorough about investigating every possibility. I guess that's what elite detectives do. What other leads could he be talking about? Is he working on something else?
I can't imagine.
What is it, Professor?
Based on what we've witnessed so far, I had considered Henry to be the main suspect. But now it seems that is just what the masked gentleman wanted me to do. All along, he's been trying to attack Henry with his clever use of these little tricks. He knew that when his tricks were exposed, all of the clues would lead to Henry.
So the masked gentleman, whoever he is trying to frame Henry Ledore. But if it isn't Dalston, who could it be?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway. Let's head to the Reunion Inn. Alright, give me just a minute to close some things out on my computer because this is, like, lagging for some reason. Okay. Should be better now. Alright, to the Reunion Inn. No, you're still lagging every time dialogue comes up. What gives? According to Detective Bloom, the tram goes straight to the Reunion Inn.
How do we get tickets?
I'll explain. But I already used the tram! I know how it works!
This is the Reunion Inn? It looks more like a castle out of a fairy tale than a hotel. Professor, how will we ever find the masked gentleman hiding inside of that place?
One room at a time, I suppose.
Okay, I guess I do have time for my friend Aldous. Oh, what gentleman is this that graces my presence? I've been waiting to see you again. That is the Reunion Inn. Rumors say that if you stay here, soon you shall be reunited with an old friend. And now it seems that the rumors are true. I suppose you're right, Aldous. My good man, now is the time when I check how many puzzles you've done. Let's see. Fantastic! Beautiful! A most good, true, and learned gentleman you are. I touch my hair with glee. You've not betrayed my expectations. Go ahead into the Reunion Inn. I'll watch over you from here. Ever your friend. My god, Layton, please throw this man some pussy. Me when I touch my hair with glee. Oh, that's the tram. I thought that was like a vending machine and something funny was gonna happen. Gee whiz, that's a tall tower.
So this is the Reunion Inn? It's so much bigger than our hotel. Now this is true luxury.
I gather Henry has some special feelings for this hotel. You can tell just from its name.
So this is where it all began for Henry?
Yes. This hotel is an expansion of the first building that Henry put up while he was searching for Randall. Hang on a minute.
He never gave up hope that he would meet his friend again. Wow.
Yes, Henry never gave up. Hello, Morty, my friend Morty. Welcome to the Reunion Inn. Yes, thank you. We've been expecting you, Professor. Mr. Layton Mr. Layton. You're Mr. Layton. Mr. Lador informed us that you suspect the masked villain to be hiding here somewhere. Why, thank you, Morty. Would it be possible for us to investigate the premises here? Yes, of course. We want that curve found before you can strike again. Just one condition. I know that Mrs. Lador invited you to Monte d'Or, so I'm willing to give you a chance. However, it is also my understanding that you have suspected Mr. Lador in our recent incidents here. I can't cooperate with you until I'm certain I can trust you. To convince me your intentions are true, I'd like you to solve this puzzle. My god, a bunch of fucking lines. The numbers for the door of room 2134 in this hotel have mysteriously gone missing. In their place, the management is using long rectangular plates. If the 2, 1, and 3 are represented by the plates shown, what plates of A to D should be used in place of the 4? How is that 1? Oh my god, the masked gentleman is Tim Buckley. Okay, so I can see how you can draw a 2 in there, and you can fit a 3 in here, but I don't see how you get a 1 from here unless you're just drawing straight up the middle. This seems like a place you could draw 4. Though, I don't know. The plates for the 2 and 3 look the same, and neither of them look like numbers. Maybe they're affixed to the door in some special way. Okay, so I do need to turn these ones vertically. And so I am right about having to use the negative space with these ones. So okay, so which one of these can I use to get negative space that looks like a 4? I'm gonna guess C.
I believe I have this one.
Shit. Sorry, Professor.
I'm not certain what happened here.
What D?
Don't keep me in suspense. There is no puzzle without a solution.
Okay, so it is the negative space, just not quite in the way I imagined. Simply splendid, Professor. I'll assist you in any way I can. As the largest hotel in Monte d'Or, we also have the most rooms. Just ask if you need help navigating this place. It's reassuring to have you on our side. I've prepared a room guide for you on the touchscreen below. Just indicate the room you want to search and I will guide you there. If you want to leave the Reunion Inn, tap the door icon in the upper right corner. Okay, yeah. Whoops. Sorry. I can't thank you enough, Morty. It is my pleasure. After all, our motto is, arrive as a stranger, depart as a friend. Let me know if you need anything else. I know every inch of this hotel, so please feel free to ask me anything. Are there any rooms here that Henry or Angela use regularly? Dude, I don't think you want to be asking about what rooms in a hotel a married couple uses regularly. I would say indeed there are. May I show you to Mr. Lador's office? Please lead the way. Very well. Follow me then. Okay. Office. This looks a bit different than Henry's study at home. Mr. Lador conducts much of his research here. He's always rushing in and out. It is much more disorganized than I would expect from Mr. Lador. Are you sure Henry uses this room? Mr. Lador is a very busy man, and he does not allow the cleaning staff in here. Along with research on the excavations in Monte d'Or, he keeps documents related to town administration in here. Oh. Well, if there are sensitive documents here, then perhaps you should clear this with Henry first. No, I will speak for Mr. Lador here. You should know the truth. Mr. Lador would never do anything to harm Monte d'Or. This room is filled with plans and dreams of Mr. Lador. Every thought he had as he built Monte d'Or is here. Mr. Lador had absolutely nothing to hide. Any suspicions you may still have about him can be cleared up here. Please feel free to investigate this room as long as you'd like. This wall. Randall had this. Oh my god. Randall's bedroom used to have a wall. Everywhere I look, I see his face. It appears as if Henry has done his best to fully recreate Randall's research. There's also a back room here where Mr. Lador keeps all of his files. Since you're already here, would you like to see it? I want your investigation to be as thorough as possible. Yes, of course. Thank you. Emmy, I'll go with Morty to investigate the file room. Luke, you two please investigate this room.
Already on it, Professor.
Morty, please lead the way. Oh shit, I gotta stop switching up their voices. Professor, why did you just imitate my voice perfectly there for a second? TBH, I don't really want to help you anymore. As you wish.
Okay, Luke. Let's see if we can search the entire room before the professor returns. You got it. Let's be sure to inspect anything that looks suspicious.
I won't stop till I've investigated every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. That's an investigations joke. You'll read it later.
Hotel registers. These list the names and rooms of the guests here. I doubt there are any clues in there about the masked gentleman.
Right.
Even if he is here, we don't know what name he'd be under. Hey, what about this binder, Emmy? A record of the masked gentleman's appearances. There are also copies of the warning letters and announcements. I guess Henry was trying pretty hard to catch the masked gentleman, too. It must be horrible watching someone trying to destroy what he spent years building. Yes, I suppose so. If the professor and Henry had worked together all this time, they might have caught the masked gentleman by now. I think Henry felt betrayed when the professor left Stansbury for London while he searched for Randall. The relationship between Henry and the professor is quite complicated. And you're 10, and I can't get into this right now. Being an adult sounds quite complicated. That's why I'm gonna get cryogenically frozen and be 25 forever! So wait, is this straight up, like, the chunk of wall from Randall's old house? I think it is. This wall is covered with strange writing. The professor said it looked just like a wall in Randall's room? The professor said it looked just like a wall in Randall's room? You don't suppose he had the wall removed and then brought here, did you? No, Luke, because that would be insane. An insane person would do that. Perhaps. Wow. It could contain key information about the ruins, but it's all in some sort of code. Can you read what it says? Huh. Maybe if I had a library on hand and a few years to spare. He must have had some reason for bringing it here other than just trying to decipher the writing. Right. If that's all he cared about, he could have just taken a picture of it. Isn't that the same robot we have? Look at the kids in this photo. It looks like Henry. But who is that next to him? Is that the professor? No, that must be Randall.
Because the professor's just been we've been able to see this the flashback sequences, but the professor's just been telling them this. So they don't actually know what he looks like. Yeah, a sec. Had an alarm going off there.
It looks like they were very close. Look, this robot is the same one they're holding in the picture.
Yes. It's rather old, but it's been kept in really good shape.
Why keep it in his study? It must be a prized keepsake.
Because his brother gave it to him, damn it!
This looks like some sort of old journal. The cover is all faded. It says Expedition Log.
That's a big word for you, Luke. I'm proud of you.
Could this be the record of the search party that went out after Randall? There might be some information in here about the Mask of Chaos. There's a photo stuck in here. Could it be a clue?
Oh boy, more directions. 4 dusty photos are kept in a battered old box of keepsakes. They're faded and hard to make out, but they all show the same place and seem to have been taken within a short space of time. In photo A, you can see a horse-drawn carriage traveling across the frame. Can you tell which direction the carriage was headed? Okay, so... Okay, so. There is... Okay, so the horse-drawn carriage. Leaf on the tree. No horse-drawn carriage, leaf still on the tree. Leaf gone, leaf gone. So we can tell from that the sun is setting in this direction. So... Sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Carriage is heading east, which means... Yeah, the carriage is heading east. It's not which direction the photo was taken from, it's which direction is the carriage heading. It's east.
I'm going for it.
East? I thought you said west.
Maybe I'm not cut out for this.
I'm basing it on the directions of the sun. Come on. I know this shit. I may not be a Boy Scout, but I at least know the directions that the sun travels. So wait. Is the horse-drawn carriage, like... It's so hard to make out, like, even, like, looking directly at the screen. Like, is it heading, like, kind of that way, like, in a diagonal direction? But I don't have the option to select, like, an intermediate direction, so never mind. I don't know, maybe it is west.
Please, allow me.
Okay, then I don't understand how it's supposed to be north or south. Are you
Wait.
crazy?
What?
Now I'm looking like a goon in front of the 10-year-old.
Please, allow me.
Damn, got it wrong all 3 times.
Maybe I've met my match.
Well, there's only one answer left, so we're gonna put that one in, but I have no idea why it is that answer.
I'm going for it. Well, that's that.
It was heading south. A leaf has fallen between the times A and B were taken, so we can assume the sun was setting. Since the sun sets in the west, the viewer must be east of the carriage, and the carriage was therefore traveling south. Okay, now I kind of get what they're saying, but like, I don't like this puzzle. I don't like the visuals for it. The fact that it's in this journal must mean it was taken during one of the expeditions. If this is a record of the expedition to find Randall, there may be something about the Mask of Chaos in here. Let's take a look. We made the inn in the oasis our base of operations. Today we're going to search the ruins for the lost boy. The ruins are a dark and ominous place. If there wasn't such a large reward, I doubt that anyone would come down here. This is definitely one of the most dangerous expeditions I've ever been on. So this is like some third party, like none of the characters that we actually know. We were only a small team at first, but now have several dozen members. Many men descend into the narrow entrance in the oasis daily, all hoping to find anything of the lost boy. We didn't find him, but what we did find was... I can't find the words. A treasure. A pile of gold and silver big enough to make your eyes pop. That was when Henry, the leader of the expedition, increased the reward for finding the lost boy even further. So we pressed on, exploring deeper and deeper into the ruins. Eventually, we found a strange room with 2 mysterious platforms. We created a platform that allows us to descend directly into this chamber from a spot near the inn. However, it seems this chamber is the final room in this vast underground complex. I fear our search for this Randall fellow will soon come to a fruitless end. It's been over a year now since the boy went missing. The ancient silence of these ruins reminds me just how fragile life truly is. So they never found him. He mentions making camp at an oasis, so this was before Monte d'Or was fully established. Do you think that Henry actually quit looking for Randall? Considering the state of this ruin? No, I don't think he ever quit. I think we found all we can use from this journal. Alright, so where's the professor? So have you two found anything? We most certainly have, Professor. It's a log from an expedition that was searching for Randall. We also found a journal that Henry has been keeping. Good work. I also found something. Shit! I think you win, Professor! Is that the Mask of Chaos? But it was stolen from Henry's study. Does this mean Henry has been the masked gentleman all along? Wait, so the mask was never stolen at all? Well, not exactly, but it was taken from the Lador estate and hidden here. But why would Henry hide the mask? It wasn't Henry who hid it. I'm so confused. Perhaps that isn't the Mask of Chaos. Is that actually the Mask of Order? The one that the masked gentleman is after? Not quite. I thought I was going to find a replica of the Mask of Chaos here. A fake. But to my surprise, the mask I found here is actually the genuine Mask of Chaos. It seems that someone has hidden it here. But the question is, why? And is the masked gentleman even aware of this? I don't have the answers yet, but I know there is a deep connection between these questions and the next dark miracle. There was something else here that I found to be very interesting. What's this?
What's it say? Is this a map of Monte d'Or? It looks much different than it does today.
This old perspective map shows how things would look as a development progressed. It also reveals a rather fascinating secret about Monte d'Or. Notice anything odd about those ruins?
Now that you mention it, they seem to form a pattern.
This is why the Masked Gentleman has been so intent on finding the Mask of Order.
Why?
Before I explain, we need a bit more evidence to confirm my suspicion. According to Bloom, the Masked Gentleman is somewhere in this hotel. Morty, are there any other rooms that may be of interest to us? Actually, Professor, I just remembered that I have something I was asked to hold for you. I'm sorry for the trouble. Would you mind returning to the lobby with me? Of course not, Morty. We're pals now. I was instructed to give this to you. What is it? It was left at the front desk with a letter addressed to you. Really?
What book is it, Professor? Is it Pride and Prejudice?
Very interesting. It looks like the Masked Gentleman has sent us another message. A long time ago, there was a small kingdom surrounded by a forest. 5 friends who lived near a castle spent their time fishing in the river and playing in the lush, grassy fields. One day, they went exploring to the top of the tallest hill in the land, and there they found a treasure of silver and gold. The friends divided the treasure between them, and 4 of them spent their riches through the years. But one friend decided to bury his share of the treasure in a fine place, surrounded by green and pleasing to the eye. He did this so he could go searching for treasure with his friends again. He did it so that he would never forget the feeling of embarking on an adventure. He did it so the 5 friends would always have a reason to be together. This boy knew that people change when they grow up. When he finished burying his treasure, he fell asleep by a window, fully content and blanketed in the glow of the moonlight. The end. Is that like your first draft? Take a look here.
It's a children's story.
A kingdom surrounded by forest. 5 friends. Treasure of silver and gold. Luke, does this story sound familiar to you?
No. I had a big book of fairy tales at home, but I don't remember this one. This story feels unfinished. It doesn't have a proper ending.
It may be an allegory of sorts. Perhaps about the Masked Gentleman himself.
What is he trying to tell us? Professor, the lights went out.
Ouija Mansion time.
Stay calm, Luke.
I expect this is the Masked Gentleman's handiwork. He has been waiting for us. And this book is his invitation to find him.
Is this all one big game to him?
We need to act quickly here.
Let's go, Professor. Can I hold your hand, though? I'm scared of the dark.
Let's see if there are any clues in this story that will help us find him. He must be here in this hotel somewhere. Perhaps we need to find a room where he fell asleep by a window, fully content and blanketed in the glow of the moonlight.
If he fell asleep, there must have been a place for him to lie down, obviously. Somewhere with a bed.
Yes, somewhere with a bed. We are in a hotel, so it must be one of the guest rooms. And the bit about the moonlight streaming through must mean we're looking for a room with a bed near a large window. Dude, this is like most hotels. I do believe we have a room matching that description on the 3rd floor. Follow me. Oh boy, check out that music change. Actually, let's turn it up a tick. Okay. Emerald Suite sounds like the place to go. Hey, not these guys again! So what's the next scam, Connor? Who are we gonna fleece next? You know, you're almost as brainless as you are ugly. Is all of the hair product frozen in your brain? What do you mean? This hair is my brain. I set everything up perfectly, but you always seem to find a way to mess things up. You know what? I've had enough of your lip. How'd you like a knuckle sandwich? With extra sandwich? There's no need for fighting, gentlemen. Hey, how'd you get in here? Layton, what a pleasant intrusion. Might I ask what you're doing here? In my hotel room? Hmm? You better get out of here right now, bub. Unless you want a sandwich with extra... Wait, how'd that shit go? Yes, you were interrupting our confidential exit strategy session, Layton. Do you mind? My apologies, gentlemen. Please don't mind me. So, hey, there's only one bed in here. Gay rep? Look, we paid good, dirty money for this room. You can't just shove us aside and start poking around. It's just rude. Yeah, if you want to search our room, you have to pay us for the privilege. And there was only one bed. Oh crap, do I have to do another one of these bullshit sessions with you? Since you keep getting up in our faces, it must mean you want to duke it out. Perhaps some other time. Right now, I need your permission to search this room. Oh ho! My, aren't we presumptuous? Of course, Layton. Please, rifle through my room! As soon as you solve this puzzle. Wood, water, fire. The cards in this tournament beat each other as follows. Fire, wood, water, fire. 4 players each draw 4 cards, which they have to play in order, going from top to bottom. Both players in a match play 1 card. Whoever wins moves on to the final, but if it's a draw, the next cards are played. Used cards are discarded. At the end of the tournament, one player announces, I'd have won if I'd been allowed to swap wood for water and water for wood. Who said this? Okay, so you're gonna draw, and then you lose, you win, draw, draw. But if he swaps wood for water, he would have won. Okay, so... Yeah, who beats what again? Fire beats wood, wood beats water, and water beats fire. Wood beats water. Okay, so... Oh wait, hang on a minute. But if it's a draw, the next cards are played. They won right off the bat. So that means that B and C are going on into the winner's bracket. So then A plays D. And his next card is water. Hers is wood. Which means he lost, she won there, and he lost. So I think I think A is the sore loser here.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Shit.
Well, that won't do it all.
I may not be understanding this puzzle correctly. Okay, so we know it's not A. And B is the overall winner. So it's someone from C and D. I'm just gonna guess C.
I believe I have this one. Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
Well, wow. You actually solved it. Yes, indeed. Now, if you don't mind... Way to go, Connor. I thought your plans were always so perfect. Stick a sock in it, Frankie. A dirty one. Go ahead, Layton. There's nothing of value left in here anyway. We already stole all the towels and shampoo. We'll be as quick as possible.
Could this be the fine place surrounded by green and pleasing to the eye? Professor, there was a book hidden behind the picture frame.
I see. So the place surrounded by green and pleasing to the eye is a green picture frame in this guest room.
Why didn't he just come out and say that?
Let's see if this is another children's story. One day, a young boy found a wild dog in the woods near his village. The dog was hurt, so the boy took him in. As the dog healed, he grew to trust the boy. The two grew up together and became very close with one another. One day, the boy packed up his belongings so that he could fulfill his dream of becoming a scholar. The dog was sad to see the boy go. The boy grew into a fine young man and became a famous scholar. When he returned, he was eager to show his family and his dog what he had made of himself. But when he arrived, he saw that his house was empty. The boy, now all grown up, saw an old man pass by and asked him what had happened. The old man said that the family who lived in that house had been chased out years ago by a wild dog. And that's when the boy realized. They'd been dead for 30 years. He had been betrayed by the one he trusted the most. He now had no home and no family to return to. With grief weighing heavy upon his heart, he disappeared into the woods, never to be seen again. The end.
Professor, the masked gentleman kinda sucks at writing bedtime stories.
Well, that was a sad story. Yes. Clearly another allegory, but I'm not sure what it means.
So that last part must be designed to lead us to another room, right?
Yes, it seems that there is a wilderness theme here, with the dog and the repeated images of the woods. Morty, are there any rooms here with a lot of plants or foliage in them? Actually, yes. Please follow me.
Good call, Professor.
Let's go to the atrium, or the conservatory.
There certainly are a lot of plants in here. That one has flowers blooming, and that one is bearing fruit.
This conservatory is the pride of our hotel. Careful monitoring and maintenance of the soil and air allows us to grow plants from all 4 seasons in one room here. Just like Stardew Valley. What amazing technology. I see there are animals here as well. What? How did that bird get in here?
Professor, that bird is sitting on a book.
The bird appears to be guarding it. We'll need to approach it very carefully.
Let me talk to him. This will be my first attempt at talking to a bird, but it won't be my last. Here goes. Caw, squawk, squawk, caw. Anything, Luke? He said he's not moving until he gets his favorite fruit. Whatever that is. There are plenty of different kinds of fruits in here. Does that mean none of these are his favorite?
He didn't get that specific.
Morty, do you have any fruitful insight?
Mr. Lador said one tree here is quite sensitive, but will bear a very rare and delicious fruit, under the right conditions. Perhaps that's what this bird seeks. So we have to wait around here until the conditions are just right for this tree to bear fruit? Really? Well, although the tree withers easily in the wrong environment, it will produce fruit instantly in perfect conditions. I would guess that the blackout altered the environment here. If we restore power, could we make this tree happy, so to speak? Ah, of course. There's a backup generator we use for this type of occasion.
How could you forget something like that? How do we turn it on?
It's, yes. There's a switch somewhere in this room.
Morty, did you forget where it is?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm just remembering gradually. My apologies.
It's okay, Morty. We can help you look for it.
Hello?
Found it. It's in this weird-looking flower.
Oh, I'm so glad you found it. Silly me.
I think sticking your hand in that flower is going to require some bravery. Well, let's get brave and flip the switch. Look! That canal just filled up with water. Reminds me of home. There's a new piece of fruit up there. Well, that bird doesn't seem to be moving.
You know, the rind on that fruit looks pretty tough. Maybe if we can crack it open, the bird might be a little more interested in it.
Maybe it will crack if we knock it down from the tree.
Alright, give us that book.
We did it, Professor! Now's our chance to grab the book.
Make no mistake, this was left for us by the masked gentleman.
What's written in this one?
Let's find out. Once there was a very poor man who lived in a lively town. The man had nothing, but he got by with the help of the townspeople. One day, the richest man in town took pity on him and bought the poor man a shop so that he could earn a living. The poor man ran a good business, and his shop thrived. His shop became known far and wide, and it grew into the most successful shop in town. Even the shops of the rich man who helped him could not compare. No longer poor, the man decided to buy all the food in town so that he could make a great profit. The trusting people sold him everything. The man then raised the prices until no one could afford to buy any food. The man then sold the food to people in other towns.
Sounds about right.
The man had become so blinded by money that he forgot the debt he'd owed of those in his hometown. The town he had called home, once prosperous, began to decline. The man's fortunes grew as the townspeople starved. He built a palace in town. It was the largest palace ever built, and his wealth continued to grow each day. The townspeople had no choice but to leave their homes, and in time, the man was left alone in his empty kingdom. There, in his vast loneliness, as open as the sea, swallowed him whole. We had to go to a water room now? Well, that story was...
It was shit, Professor! Horrible! These are children's stories! What is the masked gentleman trying to tell us here?
Hopefully that he's not planning a career in writing books. A town suffering in the face of prosperity. A man growing ever richer and forgetting the great debt he owes. An emptiness.
What do you think, Professor?
A vast, wide-open emptiness. That's it. I believe that is the key here. The next book just says we live in a society. Morty, what's the largest open space inside the hotel? The Grand Hall on the upper level, of course. Can you take us there? Quickly. Take me to the Grand Hall, Morty.
It's here. I know it is.
And who are you?
Enter. You still haven't found it, you incompetent fool. The mask is inside the hotel.
Sir, please accept my apologies.
Oh well, as long as you're sorry, I suppose everything is fine. Get the mask.
We will find it, sir.
The Garden of Healing. The City of Harmony.
That's why I had you watch Eternal Diva.
The three. Which is just another way of saying we have nothing, isn't it?
Our Grand Hall goes all the way to the top of the Reunion Inn.
I wonder what it looks like when you look down from up there.
I think we should investigate the area.
Something here does look a bit suspicious.
Okay, so now we have an episode. Actually, let's see what's up with Detective Bloom here, because that's pretty important. Chief Sheffield, I think we've solved the mystery behind the petrification case. What? Well then out with it. The perpetrator must have used a horse cart to drop the stone statues in the middle of the crowd. What? But the eyewitnesses reports mention nothing about a cart. Because the masked gentleman hid the cart inside the giant clown balloon. If you'd allow me to investigate the scene of the crime, I believe we find tracks that correspond to such a cart. Very well. Be sure to report whatever you find right back to me, Bloom. Yes, of course. Sheffield is lacking in mental capacity, but he's a brilliant motivator. This may prove problematic. But of more concern to me is the man hired by Mrs. Lador. We won't be able to manipulate him as easily as Sheffield and Grosky. I'll need to be a bit more subtle. I should probably bring this to Bronev's attention as well. Bloom, I hope you have good news. I have news? However, I fear its value will not be deemed as good. Bloom, you have the most odd way of putting things. Please, what is it? Herschel Layton is now involved in the investigation. He was brought to town by a request from Angela Lador. Really? So Layton has finally turned up. How should we deal with him, sir? Let him be. Neither he nor Descalay.
Hey, where is Descalay anyway? We haven't seen him all game.
Neither he nor Descalay poses a threat to us, for the moment. They may even prove to be useful to us. They will fall into our hands eventually. Just focus on your mission, Bloom. Understood, sir. I will not fail you. Come on, Dripsclay.
Professor, there was a book hidden inside that cushion. This one has a more elaborate cover than the others.
What kind of story will this one hold?
Let's see. Huh? It won't open.
It seems we are quick to judge this book's cover as well. The cover. Let's take a closer look at this. This book is locked up tight by some mysterious contrivance. The trick to opening it lies in the 10 arrow-shaped jewels adorning the cover. These jewels are arranged in a particular pattern, and rotating just one arrow will release the lock. Which jewel should you open, or which jewel should you rotate in order to open the book? Okay, so I'm gonna say that, like, they're all trying to point in to 1 eventually. Yeah, they're all pointing to this guy.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. That was a challenge, to be sure.
Very good. Now we can read it.
What does it say?
There once was a kind-hearted princess in a kingdom in the valley. The princess was so beautiful that suitors camped outside the castle for months to gain an audience with her. And then one day, the princess saw a young knight pass by her window. The princess fell in love with him at first sight, and they were married. The knight was named king, and the princess named queen. One day, the king and his minister set out for the mountains to slay a dragon that threatened the kingdom. The princess waited for her knight to return. She waited and waited, but only the minister returned with news that her king had died. The minister did everything he could to comfort the princess in her grief. He comforted her night and day. After many moons of grief, the minister's kindness and patience finally reached the princess's heart. The princess's feelings for the minister blossomed into love, and she married him in a lavish royal wedding. It seemed that here the audience sat, rapt with attention, eager to bear witness to the final miracle of love. No one knew that the minister actually tricked the king into searching for the dragon, and then trapped him in the cave. The minister now had the princess, the crown, and the country. But then... The masked gentleman must feel betrayed by someone he trusted. Perhaps one who stole his love. While he was trapped inside a cave.
I can understand why someone would be upset about that kind of thing, but what does this have to do with Monte d'Or?
The audience sat, rapt with attention, bear witness to the final miracle. Morty, does there happen to be a stage or a presentation area somewhere in the hotel? A theater or a conference room, perhaps? Something to that effect? Well, we don't have a proper theater, but we do have a small auditorium that we use as a screening room on occasion. That must be the place. Let's go. The auditorium is rarely used these days.
Do you think the masked gentleman is in here somewhere, Professor?
I have no doubt he intended to lead us here. Is there anything behind the movie screen? Does it retract?
Professor, look!
Seems like we're just in time for the show. But then... the king awoke, trapped under a pile of rubble. The minister to whom he had entrusted his life was gone. The king used every last ounce of his strength to clear away the rocks and made his way back to the surface. And when he finally escaped, he saw the minister living happily with the princess as husband and wife.
That's it? That's the end of the story?
Not the happiest ending I've ever seen, says the Layton who has yet to experience the unwound future ending.
What do you think, Luke? I mean, have you... Luke? Professor, where's Luke?
Welcome, ladies and germs, parasites of all ages, to my little theater of revenge. Might I interest you in a young British lad? I have one left, so you'll have to act fast. Unhand him at once, you fiend!
Professor! Help!
Fiend? For shame, Professor. I try my best to create entertainment for your amusement, and this is my reward. Boo on you. Layton, I know that your road has been paved with regrets that tear at one's heart. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you? For tonight's dark miracle, my revenge will rise to its dramatic climax, as Monte Door sinks into the earth below. And it's your destiny to suffer the same fate, Layton. This is the price you pay for abandoning those closest to you. Actually, you have earned yourself one special experience of suffering tonight. Leave Luke out of this. He's just a boy.
Let me go!
Just a boy indeed. Toodles, my good man. Toodles, my good man. Fun fact, in the UK release, he just says like, he just does like an evil laugh. It's just like, ha 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 ha. Like, they don't let him say Toodles, my good man, for whatever fucking reason.
Professor, we have to go after them.
Let's go.
Oh, the wings are back.
When I said I wanted to ride Avatar Flights of Parachutes, this is not what I fucking meant.
Hang on!
9, 10, 11, 12. Just how deep do you want to delve? I hope you've enjoyed this look into my world, Layton. I've left you one final puzzle, so that you may save your little friend.
Jesus
It looks
Christ!
as if he's in
It's
quite
Jason
a
Bourne.
predicament. And so high up. Oh my. Is it true, Layton? I've heard you have a history of letting your friends down.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, puzzle time.
The masked gentleman has fled, leaving Luke hanging in midair. Help Layton slide his way down the ropes, drawn across the hall, and save him. There are only a few places where he can jump from rope to rope. Use the panel on the right of the touchscreen to view the whole hall and to hurry to Luke's rescue. Okay. Oh shit, no, I just missed him! Crap. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. I guess I have no choice though. Come on! Oh, Luke, just come here! Just drop down a little bit! Oh my god, I killed Professor Layton. Okay, I'm not. Okay, this one I'm not gonna drop down until I get like closer. Okay, there we go. Now my boy is
I
safe.
believe I have this one. Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
Thank goodness Luke is safe. No fucking kidding. Oh my god, king of acrobatics.
Bravo, Layton. You risked your life and saved your friend.
Yes, well, as a friend once told me, no risk, no glory.
Well, I suppose I won't be needing this anymore.
It pains me to see you like this, Randall.
Randall?
But how? Well, isn't this quite the reunion? Now, my revenge is at hand. Master Randall? Is that really you? It is. Unfortunately for you, I have returned to take back everything you stole from me. The Azran treasure, my family fortune, and my Angela. Henry, you will know the pain I have felt all these years.
Randall, no! It's not like that!
Master Randall, please! You've got it all wrong. Let me explain. Oh, I would love to. But unfortunately, I'm not interested in your explanations.
Oh my god, please do, just let him explain.
You could at least tell us where you've been all these years.
Well, all right. Why not? What good is an untold tale? I first explored the ruins of Akbadai nearly 18 years ago. I was only a few steps from unlocking its secrets before I fell victim to one of its many cunning traps. I fell into a deep ravine, where I could have died. But as fate would have it, an underground river broke my fall.
Disney death.
The current washed me onto the banks of a remote village. The villagers nursed me back to health.
Good afternoon, girl. I'm in the water. Help, girl, I fucking drowned.
I made a full recovery, but I could not tell the villagers anything about myself. My mind was a blank. You had amnesia?
He's a
I
farm
worked in the
boy.
village while I tried to recover my memory. Months went by. Years went by. And eventually I gave up on trying to unearth my old life. Then one day, I received a letter. I know all about your past, it read. I know who took everything from you. And I know how to get it all back. The letter recounted my life in great detail. And it said that the one who had betrayed me was a man named Henry. When I read that name, it was as though someone had turned a key in my mind. Everything came flooding back. I remembered all that I had, and all that had been taken from me. But the letter didn't end there. I have a plan to take revenge on those who have wronged you. You need only to don the garb of the masked gentleman, and they shall cower before you.
Yeah, he said they described my life in great detail, so that I think it's extremely likely that they gave him like a twisted version of events.
So it was decided. I would have my revenge by taking back what was mine. And the letters continued, each one advising me on how to execute my plan as the masked gentleman. As each phase of my plan fell into place, I felt myself returning with it. The masked gentleman brought me back.
The letters! Professor, do you think...
I fear the worst, Luke.
This closes my tale of woe. However, we still have a few tears to shed. Henry, you shall bear witness as I ruin you, just as you ruined me. Master Randall, wait!
Randall used the myth behind the Mask of Chaos to convince everyone of its power. This is a key element in his plan to take revenge on Henry by destroying Monte d'Or. The Mask of Chaos proved to be a valuable part of Randall's deception. The Masked Gentleman was revealed to be the long-missing Randall. Believing that Henry betrayed him, he set out to ruin Monte d'Or with his malevolent dark miracles. Randall assumed the role of a masked villain and engineered this entire masquerade just to get back at Henry. One more chapter, everybody. We need to follow Randall. Quickly!
Master Randall, how could he do this? This last miracle, what is he planning?
Mr. Lador, I will accompany you.
Thank you, Morty. We must make Randall see the truth before he does anything else. Come with me.
Alright, gang. Yeah, man, I need to take a screenshot right here for personal reasons. Or actually, let me just create a save state. There's something I'm trying to rip from here later. There we go. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, Randy.
I'm so delighted you all could make it.
Randall, this is madness. Come down from there.
Take a final look around. Henry, you stole everything from me. I treated you like a brother, and this is my reward? Allow me to return the favor.
This isn't the
The
Randy we
destruction
know.
of Monte d'Or shall be my final dark miracle!
Randall, no!
This is literally Revenge of the Sith. Minus the lava, I guess. And plus a whole lot of sand. You were my brother, Henry! I loved you! No, wait. Switch that
What's
around.
this?
You were my brother, Randall! I loved you!
All that about destroying the town. He's trying to bury us in sand.
Just 2 cubic tons.
Professor!
So who's gonna have the higher kill count? Randall or Clive? I'm taking bets now. Fun fact, they're both voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. Randall! Stop this immediately! It's all part of the grand circle, it's all part of the circle of life, Herschel. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Watch closely, Henry, as your precious town is buried into oblivion. All roads leading out of Monte d'Or have been blocked off. Embrace the final dark miracle before you. When I am through, every last one of you shall become one with the desert.
Professor, we need to do something. It's pouring in so fast! Henry, is there no escape route from here?
This town was carved out of an oasis. Monte d'Or is essentially a big bowl. If there's no way up, and there is no way out.
What can we do, Professor? Let me get a hold of Randall for a moment, and I'll find out what we have to do.
Oh shit, yeah, Emmy's gonna beat it out of him. We must remain calm. Only clear minds will prevail here. We need to head for the monument in the center of the town.
The monument? Why?
I'll explain once we get there. Everyone follow me. Everyone follow me. Alright then, to the monument.
We should take the tram.
Sure, I guess the tram's still up and running in the middle of a landslide.
Thank heavens the tram is still running. The closest stop to the Monument Plaza is Pumpkin Park.
Very well, let's go.
It's pandemonium here, too.
If we don't stop this, Monte Door will be completely buried under the desert sand.
What now, Professor?
Thank God, Grosky, please save us. I got you now, you vile cur. Struggle all you want. Oh, Layton, is that you? I can't see a blasted thing in this sandstorm. Grosky, this is the result of the masked gentleman's final act. I should have known. Let me at him. Inspector, what? The masked gentleman is that way. That Grosky sure is something. Indeed. Chief Sheffield, I need your help. I saw someone dressed like the masked gentleman heading for the plaza in front of the museum. We don't have time to chase him down. We're heading for the monument to try and stop this madness. We need to get the townspeople to safety. Get everyone to the highest floors and the tallest buildings immediately. You got it, Layton. Where's Detective Bloom? He said he was going to investigate the reunion inn. I haven't seen him since. He probably got scared and turned tail once the real trouble started. You know those hoity-toity London types? Beg your pardon. Don't worry, we'll get everyone to safety.
Do you think Detective Bloom ran away?
Yeah, he ran away with Leon Bronev.
We didn't see him at the reunion inn.
Let's just head down Chance Avenue right now. We must get to the monument.
Alright. Get me the fuck out of here. We're here, Professor. Now what? The sand is getting higher. It's getting into my socks. If only we had the Mask of Order, we could counteract the Mask of Chaos and stop this. Tell us where it is, Henry.
Angela, what are you talking about?
This is no time to play dumb, Henry. Are you just going to sit back and let Randall destroy Monte Door? Give me the Mask of Order, Henry.
I have no idea where it is. You, of all people, should know that. Please, calm down. The Mask of Order is safe. There's no need to worry.
Wait, what? How do you know that, Professor? I hate to interrupt this, but may I remind you that we're running out of time?
Yes. Right now, Monte Door is in desperate need of a true miracle.
Professor, what are you talking about?
It's time to solve the riddle of Akbadine. If my theory is correct, we should be able to save the town from right here.
The riddle of Akbadine? What does that have to do with saving the town? And why did we come here? We're nowhere near the entrance to the ruins.
Oh, but we are, Emmy.
I really have no idea what's going on. Just please help me, I'm 10.
I was quite surprised by that old map of Monte Door back at the Reunion Inn. Many years ago, I explored the ruins of Aquadine with Randall, as we saw 2 chapters ago. I found a treasure, but nothing of particularly great archaeological value. That treasure was, in fact, left behind by the Azran to distract thieves from the truth that lay buried there. The Azran assumed that anyone who was satisfied with material riches wouldn't push on to discover the truth that is hidden there.
Which was what? Tell us, Layton.
Henry, you reached the bottom of the ruins as well. Do you recall the symbol there?
How could I forget? It was like nothing I'd ever seen before, but I never figured out what it meant.
Take a look at this.
What is it? When the reunion was built, this area was still an oasis dotted with old ruins. This map shows the area here around us before Monte d'Or was built. Using the oasis as the circle's center, see how the remaining ruins into the shape of the original structure?
Yeah, that's exactly what I see too, Hershey.
It matches the markings.
What does it all mean?
It means the Aquadine Labyrinth stretches below the entire city of Monte d'Or, and the deepest part of the ruins, the part that has remained hidden for centuries, lies directly beneath where we are now.
Oh my god, it's a citywide transmutation circle!
When I read the expedition logs, I knew you were onto something, Henry. How could I have been so blind?
This is amazing, Professor! I have no fucking idea what he's talking about, Abby!
If we solve the riddle of Aquadine, I believe that these underground chambers will reveal themselves to be as they previously were.
As they previously were?
However, in order to do this, we need both the Mask of Chaos and the Mask of Order.
Which is where?
Okay, far below Monte d'Or, the hidden ruins of Aquadine, a vestige of the once great Azeron civilization. The remnants seen above ground are just a small part of that ancient structure.
I thought I might find you here in the eye of the storm. What is this, Layton? Where's all this sand coming from?
No time to explain, Delston.
Oh, Beachy Dubs, remember our old classmate, Randy? Yeah, he's the best gentleman, and he's trying to kill us all.
But the town is in grave danger.
I can see that. I suppose this is that masked buffoon's doing? You see what happens, Henry? See what happens when you try to put the police on me for your own gain?
Delston, stop talking for one moment and listen! Randall is the masked gentleman.
Randall, you've gone mad. All this desert heat has finally fried your brain.
It's true, Delston. Randall is alive.
Randall, alive?
But how? I'm not going to stand here and explain it all to you now. We're going to stop Randall. He's at the Gallery Plaza right now.
Henry, wait. I'm coming with you. Don't get the wrong idea, Lador. I'm doing this to help Monte d'Or, not you.
According to the overlap of the markings on the map, there should be another entrance around here.
Let's split up and find it as fast as we can.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Gee, I wonder if it's this thing right here. Shit.
Not because I'm madly in love with you. You had it all wrong, Henry. It was never Angela that I loved.
Over here, Professor.
Look, that's just a manhole cover.
Oh wait, look at these markings.
I believe this is it.
Oh shit, come on, dude.
Each of these stone slabs has 2 arrows on it. To open the manhole, you must fill the board with slabs so that all 4 rows, all 4 columns, and both diagonals contain one of each direction of arrow. Some of the slabs are already firmly fixed in place, but you can freely rotate the rest. Are you up to the task?
God, I hope so.
Okay, so they're in chunks of 2, so that's... Okay. That's gonna... That has to go there. Because it already has up and down here. And this column up here already has one going to the right. So I need... that's the only way I'm gonna get a left. No, wait, there's still one more like it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, now we're down here, we have down and right. So I need an up and a left. There we go. Now we have up, down, and we need right, left. That's it, right?
Now, if that were it, then I would be solving the puzzle. Where did I misplace one? Oh, right, it needs all the diagonals, too. Oh, there needs... the up needs to be over here. There we are.
Don't keep me in suspense. There is no puzzle without a solution.
Alright, let's open up that manhole. Alright, let's go.
Herschel, don't we need to find the Mask of Order to solve the riddle of Aquadyne?
Not to worry, I have it right here.
You what? Where?
But
How?
I found it at the Reunion Inn, of course. It was in the file room, right where you hid it.
Right where I hid it? Herschel, you must be mistaken. Why would Angela do that, Professor?
Why, to protect Henry, of course. I'll explain everything later. Right now, we need to save Monte d'Or.
What exactly are you planning to do? But Professor, even if we have one of the masks, we need both of them, don't we?
I have them both, Luke. Angela, I'll need your help for this.
My help? What do you need my help for?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we get to solve the last puzzle of the game as Angela. And she gets her own little animation and stuff. It's so cool. Oh, you can't bring back the Norwell Wall theme now!
What is all of this, Herschel?
This is the final chamber of Aquadyne. The one that neither Randall nor I ever reached.
It was right under our noses all along.
And to solve this room's puzzle, we need to use both masks.
Well, you said that you have the mask. Did you not?
Indeed I did. And indeed I do. This engraving was one of the messages that Randall deciphered years ago. We didn't know what to make of it then. When they are united, the bearers of chaos and order shall come. You see those pedestals over there? A mask must be placed in each one to trigger a hidden mechanism. Once we do that, I believe the ruins of Aquadyne will rise and elevate the city above the sand that is pouring in.
Honestly, I tire of your nonsense, Layton. Just tell me where the Mask of Order is.
Ah, yes. You assumed that Henry found the Mask of Order with the treasure and that he was simply hiding it all along. Assumptions are dangerous things. Consider the message again. When they are united, the bearers of chaos and order shall come.
When they are united? Wait! Can it be?
When they are united, the bearers of chaos and order shall come.
Whoa! How'd you do that, Professor?
The Mask of Order has been right here all this time.
It was so simple all along. How could I have missed it?
I need your help to solve the final puzzle.
Yes, of course. What do you need?
This is just like Atlantis. You know, Randall did kind of look like Milo Thatch, didn't he? 4 mysterious pillars have risen up. The ruins mechanism will activate when the arrows on each pillar point to the center. However, the pillars will only turn if Layton and Angela step on opposing buttons at the same time. When you have Layton press a button, Angela will press the one opposite. Also, keep in mind that they won't be able to press the same buttons twice in a row. Work together to save the city! Okay, let's do that. Shit! I thought that was gonna do it. Never mind. So part of this is just trying to figure out what button corresponds to what two pillars, but I don't have the brain for that.
I wonder if this is it. An answer will always appear.
One of her other lines is, I have my fair share of talents. Which I really like. Because she does have her fair share of talents. It's so true. So true, Queen. Oh, the title theme!
What is happening?
Behold, Randall, the secret of the Azra.
It's over, Randall! I have the higher ground!
While you were busy seeking revenge. This ends here.
Well, we still have 3 not completely solved mysteries still. Mask of Order and the Mask of Chaos are in fact 2 halves of the same artifact that can be separated at will. Far from counteracting each other, they have power only when used together. The masks were never 2 separate entities, but one and the same all this time. So now here's our epilogue. We're going to get a deluge of resolution. So everybody hold tight for about another 30 minutes. What now, Professor? I must speak with Randall for a moment. At this point, this is basically like the point of no return. So I'm gonna go ahead and save again right here. Alright, Randy, we need to have a little chat. Randall needs to know the truth.
What was that? What happened?
Amazing!
Is everyone okay?
This is the true treasure of the Azran. The riddle we could not have solved 18 years ago, Randall.
You know, when we were teenagers.
We were distracted by tales of fortune, while the most valuable archaeological find lay elsewhere all along.
You did it. You solved the puzzle of Akbadai. Spectacular. I must hand it to you, Herschel.
There is no puzzle without a solution. You taught me that, Randall.
He did teach him that.
Archaeology was nothing more than a passing fancy for you. And still you unearthed all of this.
Because you died, and he took up the mantle to honor your memory.
I had some help. Randall, are you all right?
Like, dude, you need to sit down. Like, You're carrying like 18 years worth of tension in your shoulders right now, bro.
Your skill has magnified my own faults. Even in revenge, I am a failure.
Oh, honey.
Nonsense. The important thing is that you're with us now.
Master Randall. Stay away from me! You stole everything from me! Everything!
There's that rage.
That's not true.
You still don't see? Henry took nothing from you, Randall. You were used.
Used? What are you talking about?
Everything you were told in those letters was a lie.
What do you mean?
The police thought there was someone behind the masked gentleman. They were right. Randall here was merely a puppet. There was someone behind the mask, pulling the strings all along. And that person is you! I wish I could say it's been a pleasure. Descolet.
So how many layers of clothing does he have on now?
Well played.
So he's like himself,
Where's Angela?
and then there's the Angela disguise, and then he just put the Descolet cape and all that shit on over himself. And we're in the middle of the fucking desert. Dude, you gotta be burning up.
I found Angela trapped in a room at the Reunion Inn.
Where is she now?
Right here.
I asked her to wear a costume while we played Descolet's little game.
Yeah, so you know, Luke and Emmy were searching Henry's office, and Morty and Layton left, and they came back, and then Morty was acting all shifty because he didn't actually know the hotel as well as he said because he was Angela.
I see. You pretended to be taken in by my Angela disguise until I helped you solve the riddle of Akbadine. You knew that you needed my help if you were to solve that final puzzle.
Very good, Descolet.
Very good, Descolet.
I knew I never should have used this has-been bumpkin.
Bumpkin? That's Randy!
I can't believe what I've done.
You're pitiful, Ascot. I gave you back your life and you failed. And Layton, you must tell me. How did you know?
When I first arrived here, I spoke to the real Angela.
So the first night we got here, that was Angela.
But I definitely sensed a great unease within her. Angela had suspected Randall of being the masked gentleman all along.
Because she knew
That
him!
was why she wrote me the letter.
She knew him! It'd been 18 years, and the minute this masked freak shows back up, she just looks at him and she goes, That's my boy. That's Randy. She knew him!
She was hoping that I would get to Randall before the police did. She thought that if I confronted Randall, I might be able to get through to him.
Yes, go on.
Despite our history, Angela wasn't sure what I would do if I discovered that Randall was the masked gentleman. But the next time I saw her, there was something different about her demeanor. Her unease had disappeared.
Okay, remember... Okay, this is like a week ago, in stream terms. We get to Lador's house, talk to Angela, then we leave, and right outside their front gate, we encounter Morty. And that's the first time we see him, and then he's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm Mr. Lador's, like, assistant or whatever, and I was just going to see Angela, and, you know, here's some information about Henry, So he would have easily been able to get into that house, and then that would explain why the fuck there was a Morty costume lying around. So, like, what I'm saying is like, the Morty that we met then was probably Descolet on his way to go kidnap Angela and, you know, assume her place.
And from
Anyway.
that moment, I began to suspect Angela.
Perhaps I was too eager.
gave yourself away when you asked for the Mask of Order to solve the riddle of Okbadai.
When I heard of Henry's mask, I needed to find someone to play the masked gentleman. Randall obliged. I had to convince Henry of the power of the Mask of Chaos with our dark miracles. I love that name, don't you?
She knew, like, it just kills me that, like, she knew from the very beginning before Layton or Henry, like, before Layton showed up to play detective or anything, she just saw him and she knew.
If Henry believed that the Mask of Order could counteract the powers of the Masked Gentleman, well then, surely he would procure this mask rather than watch his dear city crumble. Yes?
But when he did not, you grew tired of waiting. You became Angela so that you could get closer to Henry.
I'm trying to cozy up to Mr. Lador there.
But Henry still wouldn't reveal the location of the Mask of Order. And he couldn't, because he never had the Mask of Order in the first place.
Bravo, Layton. But I'm afraid all of the deductive reasoning in the world won't change the fact that I've already won. You've actually done my work for me.
What do you mean?
This has been a pleasure. Many thanks, Layton. Until next time.
He can just do that? He can just do that? What's the vertical leap on that dude? At some point, Descalais replaced Angela almost seamlessly. Disguised as Angela, he tried to trick Henry into revealing the Mask of Order. Descalais was clever, but he failed to grasp the true nature of Henry and Angela's relationship. What is that?
All that time, he was using me? I feel like such a fool.
Oh, Randall,
Angela,
I can hardly believe it. I've been waiting so long for your return.
how dare you? You never waited for me. You married Henry.
It's not...
Traitors! After everything I've done for you, Henry, you betray me like this? You stole my ideas and my research. And if that wasn't enough, you stole my love.
You couldn't be more wrong, Randall. Henry has been preparing. Preparing for the day you would return home.
When I would return? What does that mean?
Randall, you should know the truth about Monte d'Or.
We have something to tell you. Now, just leave me alone, all of you!
Randall, when you disappeared, we didn't know if you'd ever return. We were destroyed, all of us. Your parents took it especially hard, of course. Their businesses failed, and the Ascot house fell into disrepair.
Oh my god, Bonnie, you're killing me.
All that time, Henry risked his life as he searched for you down in those ruins, but to no avail. In a strange twist of fate, he found the Azran treasure you were searching for all those years ago. Henry supported your parents with his newfound wealth, but he could not truly replace what they had lost. So he did what he could. He worked hard to build Monte d'Or, and he cared for your parents as if they were his own.
Henry, is this true?
It is, Randall. Henry never stopped searching for you. He always believed that you would return someday. He spent a fortune sending search parties down into those awful ruins. He built the Reunion Inn so that they would have a base near the ruins.
The Reunion Inn?
I believe that was the first building established here in Monte d'Or.
Yeah, first order of business post-stream. Everybody fucking apologize to Mr. Lador.
Out here, in the middle of nowhere, the Reunion Inn thrived. That was quite a miracle, if you ask me. But not one without a rational explanation behind it.
And what was that?
Henry announced several rewards for anyone who could find the man named Randall. These rewards were so large that word spread quickly, and the Reunion Inn became a popular haunt. From there, The town prospered. Hotels and shops cropped up everywhere. A thriving city bloomed here in the desert. And Monte d'Or became the city we know today.
I can't believe it.
One might say that Monte d'Or is built around the idea of your return, Randall.
The dude who was loved so much that an entire city was raised as a beacon to get him to come home. Because he was so loved.
And that is the true miracle behind the city of Monte d'Or.
Love and friendship.
I don't know what to say.
Randall, it appeared as if Henry had stolen your family and your fortune. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, he spent his entire life preserving all that was yours.
But Angela...
She still has that pendant, dude.
Is that mine?
Oh, dude, don't even talk to me about the shell path. That made me cry every time in the theater. And I saw that movie like 3 times by, like, sheer coincidence.
Randall, my marriage to Henry wasn't real.
Honey, he's gay.
What?
After I lost you, Randall, I didn't know how to go on. My parents kept pressing me to get married.
Because that's the only value a woman had in the, circa 1950s.
They wanted me to marry the richest man in town, Alphonse Dalston.
And I hate that guy. And he's standing, like, just right behind them, just watching all of this unfold. He's like, I've been, like, the fifth wheel to this group of friends my whole life.
I had given up so completely by that time that I probably would have agreed just so that they would leave me alone. But then Henry asked me. I'll never forget it. He said, "Will you wait for Master Randall with me?"
God, dude. I'm fine.
Henry always believed you would come back. He helped me believe too. So we agreed to pretend to be married until the day you returned, Randall. Henry vowed that he would protect and preserve everything of yours.
Henry never took anything from you. He protected everything for you.
Even your mom, dude.
Can it be?
Now, don't you feel ashamed that you tried to destroy a whole town while your mommy was here?
Mother! Can it be?
Randall! Oh, if it wasn't for Henry, I don't know what would have happened to me. He took such good care of me, Randall.
I understand. Oh, Mother. I thought I'd never see you again.
Your dad's dead, but fuck
Randall,
him.
I believe
no one,
this is yours.
literally no one cares that his dad is dead.
This document is proof of ownership for all properties attributed to the Lador family. It reveals that the Lador family fortune is in fact fully owned by a third party.
Third party?
All of the land and money attributed to the Ladors is actually in the name of Randall Ascot.
Dude did not take a cent of the money that he made off the ruins or the businesses or anything. It was all for Randy.
How can this be?
Henry created a replica of the Mask of Chaos, but not to steal the glory that ought to have been yours. It was the symbol of Monte d'Or, a beacon that would draw your attention wherever you were. Henry assumed you would seek out someone claiming to have the Mask of Chaos when you came back. His assumption was correct. But when the masked gentleman appeared, it was clear the police would come asking questions. Angela acted fast. She knew that if the police investigated Henry's mask, they would discover it was a fake. So she hid the mask and claimed it had been stolen in order to preserve the symbol of Monte d'Or's prosperity.
Come on, Angela, she was so smart. Angela had like played the finishing moves of this game before she even wrote that letter to Herschel.
And also to keep Henry's beacon alive.
Randall, do you still feel that Henry has taken something from you?
No, I feel like a fucking asshole.
You weren't yourself. And now that you are, and back here with us, everything is going to be okay. Henry.
This was the true miracle all along.
Can someone please give him a hug? My God. Some 18 years ago, Henry offered a hefty reward for Randall's return. Fortune seekers flocked to the reunion inn in hopes of securing this prize. Thus, Monte d'Or was built upon Henry's devotion to his friend. Henry's devotion to developing his estate was based on his desire to create a perfect home for Randall's eventual return. Henry truly believed that Randall would return, and he wanted nothing more than to safeguard everything Randall cared for.
What is this?
An aftershock!
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, Herschel. I let you down.
Not again!
Pull you up!
Not
Give me
fucking
your other
again!
hand!
You can let me go now, Herschel.
Randall! You must just give me your other hand, Randall!
I can't. I've betrayed so many people. I'll never forgive myself. I don't deserve to live. Let me go.
Randall, I can't!
Henry! Master Randall, after all these years, there's no way I'm letting you get away from us that easily.
Power of love, baby!
Henry.
Then again, see? Literally, just one more person come to those roads with them in the first place. They could have both pulled him up. And Grosky is here too.
I'm so ashamed of what I've done. And I don't deserve your kindness or your forgiveness. But why? Why would you do all this for me? Master Randall, do you really not know? You've always looked out for me.
That's young Master Randall's toy, not yours. You remember your place. Give that back this instant. Honestly, Henry, I don't know what you're thinking. Is this how you were taught? Are you some sort of common thief? I have half a mind to report you to the master of the house.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to play with it.
Oh, hello. Sorry to disturb you, young Master Randall.
Why did you take Henry's toy?
Huh? Young Master Randall, I think you're mistaken. This is yours.
No, this is the robot that I gave to Henry. Now then, if you'll excuse us, I have half a mind to report you to the master of the house.
Even as a kid, he was like, he was a little shithead.
Master Randall, can you please forgive me for playing with your toy? Henry, it's yours now. It's your favorite. Well now, it's your favorite. How many toys does one boy need anyway? Come on. We're going on an adventure today. Thank you, Master Randall. I promise to take care of it and always treasure it. Let's find some more treasure. What do you say?
You taught me something invaluable that day, Master Randall. And gave me something to treasure. You treated me not just as an equal, Randall, but also as a brother. And that has always meant more to me than any amount of riches ever could. As the years went by, it became clear to me that our friendship was my most valuable treasure.
I'm speechless.
There's nothing more to say, Master Randall. We all knew you would return. We just didn't think you'd take so long.
Henry. I'm so sorry.
No more apologies. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
It's okay. You just destroyed the whole city. But it's fine because we love you. And you're Randy.
Angela. I'm home.
He's home because he's with them. Not because he's back in Stansbury, but because he's with them and with his mom, and home is where they are.
This was a picture-perfect ending. Everything seems to have turned out for the best.
Agreed.
But I still have several questions about the Osran civilization, Professor. I mean, how were they able to build all those structures that were below Monte d'Or?
Indeed. I was wondering that myself. The Osran were much more advanced than I'd suspected.
Who were the Osran?
Know what, Professor? Henry turned out to be an amazing person. He waited so long for his friend to return home, and everything he built all those years was for Randall. It was all quite miraculous.
What does it mean, indeed?
The greatest achievement is often the one that is the most selfless.
What other city can claim that it was built on a foundation of loyalty and friendship?
None that I know of. Quite fitting. It truly is the City of Miracles.
Because that's gonna bleed directly into Azran Legacy. Alright.
So then it has come to pass, and we shall see if the Azran were worth my trouble. I have sacrificed everything for this moment. Master, you've done it. Behold, the Nautilus Chamber of Akbadine. It's quite beautiful, wouldn't you say? Huh?
Oh? Who's this?
Hold your ground.
It is perfect weather for a day of world domination. Trespassers! This
Baller.
site is now controlled by Targent.
Do we go quietly? These cowards are not in charge here. You are not recognized as any type of authority. And you disgust me with your demented worldview. I will not let you steal that which I have earned.
Yeah, and Liscale's got these guns.
Destiny.
Oh, he took away his feather boa.
You cannot do this. You have no right.
Au contraire, my boy. Actually, I have every right. Now, let's just have a look. He's of no concern. Forget him. Secure the last of the Azran ruins. Years of work. Well worth it. Well worth it. Mist Hallory's Garden of Healing. Ambrosia, the City of Harmony. And now, the Nautilus Chamber of Akbadine. We finally have all three of the great legacies. And when I'm finished, the power of the Azran civilization shall be ours.
I love seeing them together. All of them as babies. Yeah, but, so there's like a bonus image that you get for getting all 35 like story mode puzzles. And you know, I didn't have the chance to do that on stream. That would take forever. But I think most games have a bonus image like that of some sort. But the one for Miracle Masky here like so. Now let me move that out of the way so we can still see the text. See, this game does, like, this game is literally, like, this game was so formative to me, you have no idea. Let's see, do we have time to look at the new episodes? So basically, after you beat the game, if you need to go back and find stuff, then you're basically just stuck in the, like, yeah. Yeah, so, hope you all enjoyed, Professor Layton and the Count of Monte Cristo. Let's see. So now you're just stuck in this limbo of, like, avoiding talking to Randall so I can explore the city and pick up whatever I missed. But let's see, are there anything good in the new episodes? Angela, having an inkling of the masked gentleman's true identity, resolves to write a letter to Layton before anyone else can suspect. Let me get this straight. The masked gentleman sent you a warning letter before last night's incident, correct? Do you have any idea who might have wanted to steal the Mask of Chaos? None. I see. I'm gonna need that letter, Henry, as evidence. We'll pursue the investigation of these so-called miracles. Thank you. And don't you worry, Mr. Lador. We'll apprehend the villain. You have the skill of the Monte d'Or police behind you.
Are the police finished, Henry?
Yes. It appears we are the only ones to receive a warning letter from the masked gentleman. The police wanted to know if I knew of anyone who might want the Mask of Chaos. I could hardly think about it.
Henry? Could it be?
I must go. I need ass. I need to assess the damage around town. Okay, hang on a minute. I need a screen cap for this real quick. Mommy Milky is trending under politics. That's lovely. We must mobilize the repair teams. I want everything to be perfect for Master Randall when he returns.
Yes, all right. Do be careful, Henry. Could it... It's almost too much to consider. But if it's true, why would...
Angela, are you there?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Ascot, it's me. You look troubled, dear. What's wrong? Would it help to talk about it? I don't know. I think I know who the masked gentleman is. I don't have any proof, but I can't stop thinking about it. If I'm right, what will happen if he gets caught?
You mean the ruffian who stole your mask from this house? The one who's parading around with it? No, this is Angela, like real Angela. This is like pre-Angela writing the letter to Herschel to be like, hey, there's some shit going down here. I know it's been 18 years since I talked to you because I blamed you for Randall's death and all that, but can you come visit me, please?
Yes, but he didn't steal the mask. Please don't tell Henry, but I took the mask from Henry's study. I hid it.
You hid the mask? Why, whatever for?
I had to, but Henry doesn't suspect. He may think it was the masked gentleman just like everyone else. See, if the mask was still in Henry's study, then the police would inspect it and realize that Henry's mask is a fake. So I hid the fake mask and pretended it was stolen by the masked gentleman.
I see. But if the police catch the masked gentleman, the truth about the fake mask will still come out, you know. How long can you hide the truth from both Henry and the police?
I don't know. I thought I might write to Herschel Layton. He may be able to catch the masked gentleman before the police do. Excuse me, Mrs. Ascot. I have a letter to write.
Angela, do you really think it's him? I just want to get through these last couple here because I really like them. Betrayed by his own friend, his hometown a desolate landscape, Randall vows revenge, while a caped figure urges him on. So this is after before we discover who the masked gentleman was. I'll never forgive him for what he's done. I'm going to take it all back. Everything. How do you feel about tomorrow's plan? Quite good. I'm quite excited to see the reaction when people are turned to stone. I do find human petrification to be an entertaining concept. I'll cause a stir at the parade. As the rumors spread, the people will continue to trickle out of Monte d'Or, Slowly but surely. When we acquire the Mask of Order, your revenge will finally be complete. Yes, the Mask of Order will grant a wish that you have held for many long years. So, like, while this is going on, they're just kind of chilling in like a suite in the reunion and, like, I don't know, like, watching movies on demand. The Mask of Chaos and the Mask of Order are a pair, as you said. Why would you go so far out of your way just to help me? When I visited Stansbury to view the Norwell Wall again, the village was deserted. I heard the story of the young heir who lost his life adventuring and the butler who took advantage of his demise. The thought of your heartbroken parents spending their entire fortune to search for you while the butler plotted. Who would not be moved by such a tale of hope and compassion? Of sorrow and betrayal? Okay, you're putting it on a little thick, Descalay. You witnessed it yourself, did you not? The Ascot lineage was snuffed out like a light, your hometown forgotten. Henry, how could you? When I found out you had fallen through a crack in an aquifer and survived, my conscience compelled me to act. Descalay leaving Monte Door and getting the hotel bed, like, wait, how much did Randall spend on room service? I see this man has it bad for Bananas Foster. I swore I would help you complete your revenge. How dare you, Henry? You took Angela for yourself and ruined my family. Randall, you know we can't afford the hotel at GameCube! I will take everything from you. God, the whiplash of me, like, reading shit in chat and then having to go back to voice, like, Randall in the throes of this, like, horrible rage. Ugh. I will take everything from you, just as you did to me. You will have nothing. No friends, no family, no home. What a gullible oaf. He hasn't even noticed that I've switched the masks. I want only the Mask of Order now. Once I have that, I shall have no more need of this desperate fool. Until then, I do hope you'll keep the police busy and their eyes off me. Yes, Randall, you are my mask. The boy resolves to treasure his friend's toy. That resolve blossoms into an unyielding will and an undying friendship. Come again. Will you wait for Master Randall with me? Whoever he is, I know he'll come looking for the Mask of Chaos one day. I intend to live at the Reunion Inn and wait for his return. The Mask of Chaos will be my beacon for him. Henry, Randall isn't coming back. He's dead. No. I'm certain Master Randall will come back to us one day. And I think he will be sad if you are not there to greet him, Miss Angela. I apologize for my indiscretion, but I've heard your parents wish to arrange your marriage to Mr. Dalston. Yes? I have all the wealth from the Azran treasure. If you came to Monte d'Or, I'd provide for you as well as Lady Ascot. If you were resolved to marry Mr. Dalston, I won't stand in your way, of course. Alphonse isn't so bad. He's just... Henry, what can I say? We've already spent so much time searching for Randall, and what have we found? Nothing. Exactly. Which means he didn't die in there, Miss Angela. You may think me naive, but this makes me know that Master Randall is alive. You really believe that, don't you, Henry? Why cling to such slim hope? I owe a debt to Master Randall. One I can never repay. Just as he came to my rescue in my time of need, I intend to do all I can for him in his absence. If you feel the same, Miss Angela, perhaps you could come to Monte d'Or with me and wait for his return. All right, Henry. You've convinced me. You've given me hope that Randall will return. Truly? Then I am glad. Until Master Randall's return, I promise to protect and take care of you.
Thank you, Henry. Then we shall keep each other company until that day.
Oh my god, dude. The professor divulges a little-known fact about his hat and the hairstyle he wore in his youth. It never occurred to me that you used to be young too, Professor. I thought you just kind of sprouted fully formed out of the dirt one day. It may be hard to imagine, but every adult was once a child, Luke. Angela showed me a picture of you. Imagine my surprise when I saw you without your hat. I only acquired my hat after I moved to London, you see. And Claire gave it to me. Your hair was quite interesting. Yes, well, I was a bit of a reckless youth back in my day. I never would have imagined. The great rebel, Herschel Layton. Yes, I had my fair share of escapades, being young and curious. I was quite the fencing legend, you know. And being friends with Randall, well, he was always coming up with exciting adventures. Was Randall's hair as big as yours? Did you two ever consider hiding things inside your hair? As convenient as it may seem, my hair was never used for storage, Luke. Aw, that's a shame. I worked quite hard to get my hair just right every morning. It must have been a nightmare for you, Professor. Is it naturally wavy? No matter how hard you try to straighten it, right? Let's move on to another topic of conversation. As entertaining as it is, we have more important things at hand. I want to keep talking about your hair! I find it fascinating. Maybe I should grow my hair out, too. Well, it was definitely a youthful hairstyle. If I had hair as big as yours was, I'd store spare puzzles in it. Okay, so we'll end on that note. Jesus. God, okay, this game twists me up like a little Twizzler every time. Hope you enjoyed this, even just half as much as I did, and still do. I don't know if I'll be streaming Monday night. I don't know. Doing three days in a row means I might need like an extra day off or something. But whatever day I decide to come back, we'll do Azron Legacy. Woohoo! The finale of the prequels. Glad you all enjoyed the happy ending. Really, the game sets you up, especially granted, given the past games, that it really sets you up to be expecting some enormous tragedy out of all this, but in the end, everything's still alright. So, yeah, that's exactly what Miracle Mask does. Okay. I'm still here, but... okay. I need to eat something and probably have a good cry because this game just always kills me. Okay. I will see you all next week. Good night, everyone.